do something a little bit different. I'm gonna do a service on my delivery truck here. It's a 2019 Nissan Frontier. I got 5 quarts of Valvoline 530 oil, a Wix filter number 51358XP, 4 spark plugs, and an air filter. First thing I'm going to do, I got it up on the ramps. I'm going to get the engine warmed up a little bit so the oil drains. Get it started. Get the hood popped. Alright, so we got the hood open. Find the little thing. Okay, I'll get back with you in just a few minutes when this is a little bit warmer. You don't want it hot, but you want it just warmed up a little. Alright, I got the engine a little bit warmed up. First thing I want to do is pop this off. So it appears to be tight. Oh, there we go. So pop that off and set it aside. And then let's get underneath the truck. Okay. We're underneath the truck. You look for a bolt. See that bolt right there coming out of the bottom of the engine? That is your drain plug. And then you gotta put, it looks like it is, okay, it's a 14 millimeter. Well, actually, let's try. Just make sure. Yep. So, get this 14 millimeter off, and always use the box end of the wrench or use a ratchet. If you use this end, you have a chance of it slipping off and rounding the head of the nut or the head of the bolt. So we just break that loose, set that underneath, and then let it drain. And the reason I took that cap off is because it'll drain a little bit faster. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit here and drain, and I will get back with you in just a second. Okay, once that's slowed down draining, you wanna look typically above the oil pan. You'll see a filter. It shouldn't be past hand tight. Should be able to grab it and not be able to turn it. I'm gonna set this down and use both hands on it, and then I'll be right back when it's loose. So I just thought I'd show you this too. This is a handy tool. You grab it like this. If you can't break them loose, you shouldn't have them this tight, but you grab it and you squeeze it, and it gives you a little bit more leverage, but I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was way over tight. Whoever changed this last time over tightened it. God, I can't believe it looks like we have a CarQuest filter on the O'Reilly's delivery truck. I guess that's what we get for taking it to the oil change place and not just doing it ourselves. But you can see that's designed so it makes a mess. So just be careful and make it a mess. Make sure you got your drain pan under here, and should be able to unscrew this. Okay, so next I have the oil all drained out. That's for the spark plugs. Let's get the filter out of the box. And some people like to pre-fill them. I don't mind pre-filling them, but on this one you really can't because of the angle the filter sits at. When they sit like this, you can pre-fill them, but this one sits on the side of the engine and screws on like that, so you really can't. But what you do absolutely have to do is you get a little bit of oil on your finger and just run it around that seal. That way you hydrate the seal a little bit. Okay, so you do that. Make sure you close your oil so you don't spill it. And then let's get back underneath and I will show you the next steps. All right, so we got the filter off. There's this stud, so right there that it goes on. One thing you want to always make sure of is look at the old filter and make sure, yeah, it's there. The O-ring went with the filter and is not on the block, because if you double stack the O-rings, it will leak. Okay, so we just stick this up here and thread it on. And this should not be as tight as it was. You want it just about as tight as you can do with one hand. Oh, that's tight. Okay, so that's all you need to do on that. And then you want to clean off your drain plug. I wiped it off and then immediately spilled it over. Put that back in. Don't forget this. And then you get your 14mm wrench. And again, always use the box end. And just snug. Okay, and then also while you're under here, kind of check for anything that's leaks or anything obvious. Don't see anything other than the mess I made here. So it looks pretty good. Under here, I will be back in just a second with the next steps. So next we're back up top. I got a funnel in. This takes exactly 5 quarts of oil. So I will just pour the entire jug in there. I'm probably gonna not record this part because this funnel doesn't fit exactly, so I need to hold it. So I will be back in just a second when I pour this oil in there. Okay, I got the oil in. Close that up. I think next step is to start the engine. Make sure no loud noises or blown upness it is. Okay, sounds good. All right, I'm going to back it off the ramp because you don't want to check the oil on the ramp. Okay. Shut the truck off and let's go check the oil. Dipstick is back here. That yellow handle. I need to wipe it off. Set the camera down just a second. Wipe it off. And then put it back in. Pull it out, and yep, see it's right full. I don't know how well you can see that. Oh yeah, that side's better. Yeah, you can see it's full. We're good. Okay, next step, we're going to change the air filter, possibly the spark plugs. We might not get to the plugs today. Okay. Now to change the air filter, on this truck all you need to do is pop these little latches loose, pull it away, and then you kind of maneuver it, pull the old filter out. Actually, it doesn't look terrible. Oh yeah, it does. And then slap the new one in. Make sure it gets in there good. And then pop these in. There we go. Get it lined up. and pop those on. Oh yeah, you see down there how that's not lined up? So you gotta kind of push it. Okay, I'm gonna do this with 2 hands, but just get the bottom lined up and then latch the top. All right, that's kind of a pain to get lined up, but there's little tabs on the bottom. I was able to take this off so I could maneuver it a little easier. Then you just latch those things. But just take your time, make sure it's lined up to where the bottom isn't open, because if the bottom's open, you're gonna be sucking in dirty air. So I got the oil changed, the air filter changed. I'm not gonna be doing the plugs today just because I didn't realize you have to take the intake off. I just don't have the time. I'm at work. This is not my regular job. So I might do that a different day. I may just have somebody else do it, but that was the oil change on a 2019 Nissan Frontier with a 4-cylinder. Pretty similar across most cars. Different filter numbers, obviously, different oil, but save yourself some money, do it yourself. Yeah, thank you for watching.